Hey, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Theories and Thoughts podcast with your host is Anya, and
Fancy.
I'm pointing that way, but this it's the way this thing is. Anyway, so yeah, we had a great guest today, but she had a speaking engagement out of town, and the audio and everything just was not going to work. But that's okay because we got plenty to talk about. Okay, they got a lot going on in the news, so
Stay tuned.
I went to looking at something else. I swear, before it went to being so short, so now it's like, okay, pay attention.
My bad. I'm looking at the comments because I be watching from my phone. So somebody said you look nice in your orange dress, and we actually got up to 96 viewers earlier.
Ew, ew,
Yeah,
ew, ew.
I wish they would have stayed, but okay.
Who have an orange dress on though, sis?
You and in your in the photo shoot.
Oh, thank you, girl.
Yeah, that was
Listen,
Antonio.
so thank you, Antonio Beanie. Thank you. So, like I said, welcome you guys. We have a. Oh, I had to go to my running show. So, welcome back. Don't forget to drop where y'all. Anya. Don't forget to drop where y'all watching us from because we want to know. So, yeah, that part. Fancy. So, how was your weekend? What you get into?
So I got into some schoolwork and some rest. Since I had been driving back and forth to New Orleans for all the Essence Festival, I was like so tired. And then I had a midterm after the festival ended. Like that was the Tuesday evening. So I had been trying to like study before actually going to Essence Festival each day, and then I go and then I come back in and study again, do the same thing. I did that all the weekend before last. So it was like really exhausting. And also it's just just kind of I realized though I'm gonna have to work that way since I am trying to be a business owner and go back to school at the same time. So yeah.
So, how's school? How's that going? And
Um School is actually it's like it's a different feeling this time around. I remember when I used to be like I've always kind of been the non-traditional student because I did initially start college right after high school, but I got pregnant and so I just kind of stopped going. So then I waited like a year or two and went back later. So I was already kind of older than my classmates even during that time. But there would always be like this older sister in the class that like she'd always know how to get the books for free, or you know what I mean, like she know all the details that you needed to know, like you needed to really connect with her because she could tell you more stuff. I have not achieved that level. but because I'm so lost right now. I'm like, I've been gone 8 years, and things have changed. Like even just the way we don't really have textbooks, the way everybody pulls their computers out, like that's not really something that people were doing before. So it's like now I'm that older woman, but I am trying to still adjust. But I enjoy, like, I love, I'm very competitive when it comes to school. I've always been that way. Like, I don't really do any other sports, but when it comes to school, like, yeah, I'm gonna come for you. And so it's this one chick, like, she don't even be writing notes. Seems like half time she just looking out the window. And but she gets it. It's another one that comes in kind of late, but they're both younger. The other one, I think, the one that comes in late all the time, like, I think she a lot younger. But it's just so interesting watching them. But it's like a rewarding feeling. You know, it's different. It's giving me a life, which I feel like I didn't really have, even though I haven't just, I don't really have any friends out there. But it's something else that I'm really having to work for and put myself into, especially like with the studying, because I hate math. I'm an English person, so like trying to, so it's been a lot. And I'll be back there again in the fall, so I'm trying to get used to it. I want to ask you about your weekend, but I also just want to acknowledge some of these people that have been on and have been saying where they're from. So I see Angela Cade is watching it from Orlando, Florida. And Angela, I don't know if you were the one earlier that said you couldn't see us by phone, but you can listen to the playback on Spotify. Regina Duggins from Charleston, South Carolina. Okay, that's different.
Okay, I know.
Hi, Jeffrey from, well, he didn't say where he's from, but happy Tuesday. Hey, Aaron. She said, hey, lady.
I have on Aaron's shirt today.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Miss Sandy. She said hello from Biloxi, that's in Mississippi.
Hey.
Tina Perry from New Orleans.
You know that's my hood.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Adu Satain Abdul, South Africa.
Yes.
And oh, okay. I see Aaron said me too. I think she was saying like English is her subject, not math. So I get it. I get it. Yeah. And Mohammed Bakari said hi. Bekri. Okay. So how was your weekend? What'd you do?
My weekend was good. Really quick to touch on what you just was talking about. School, right? So I went back and let's see, I got 1 degree in 07 and I got another one I finished in 06, but I graduated in 07. I walked across the stage in 07. And I was as competitive as you are. Like, and I did mine online, right? So whenever they'll say different things, I'm like, like, because you have to be in a discussion. So I'm like all about the discussion and everything. But when I was a traditional student at first, when I first got, when I got my associates, we used to have study groups for math, for college algebra. We had study groups. And I loved math. I graduated high school with 6 maths. And I couldn't stand English. Yes, girl. Let me see. Algebra 1, Algebra 2, trigonometry, geometry, advanced math, and calculus.
I could not pass trigonometry. I got up to trig. And this class, the crazy thing is, like, I've already taken the second part of this class. This is the reason why I didn't graduate in 2014, because I didn't take this class. So I was just like, oh, this is gonna be a breeze, because but and a lot of it is coming back to me as we get into it. But when I'm looking at those numbers and stuff initially before he explains it, it just all seems like, and don't let me see fractions or something. So yeah, math is not
because my dyslexic really kicked in college. Like, that's when I really, like, these numbers are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I'm still like this with my college algebra teacher. She's on my page. Like, we're still close. Like, I was just messaging her maybe a month or two ago and told her we need to hang out, because she knew I wanted to be okay. So in another land, in another world, I wanted to be a math teacher. I wanted to be a math teacher at college. I wanted to be an algebra teacher. I still want to be a college professor. So I am really, honestly, like, life is like, whew, right now. I'm in transition, but a part of my 6-year plan is to find out what it takes to be a college professor. And I may just need a master's, but I can teach, maybe non-traditional students branding and confidence, just different things, because those are things that's actually in school. Like, that's things that's actually there. They're non-credit classes though, but you can still teach them. And I could possibly even teach a credit class. I do have an education degree, and I just need to go back and get a subject properly, So I'm with you on that, because even though I loved math, I had a study group. We had a study group, and a lot of them are still on my page. They're on my Facebook too. Like, we was in that thing. And then calculus, I had to get tutoring, and for college calculus. So Calculus in high school wasn't so bad. Shout out to Miss McGee. My trig teacher, my trig and advanced math teacher was Doc. Aaron, no Doc. Like anybody from New Orleans that went to 35, no Doc. Doc, I mean, that's a wash. I don't even know if I learned anything. And but let me tell you what happened to me in school real quick. I actually failed. So I took algebra 1 my freshman year, algebra 2 and my algebra 2 and geometry my sophomore year in high school. I failed geometry because I used to be like, I ain't like the teacher, thinking it was gonna hurt her. I used to go in the back of that class every day and go to sleep. I was a terror. And then like if we had a test, and I didn't like measurements anyway. I still don't like measurements. Like I hate measurements. So if we had a test or something, girl, and I knew what was on the test, that heifer would put me out her class. But if I ain't know what was on that damn test, some kind of way she knew. If I ain't know what was on that test, that heifer would make me take that test.
See, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I remember my mom, like, because I was pregnant taking geometry in the 9th grade, and my mom would help me so much with it. So, and then everything else after that, I was pretty much having to do, and I don't know, but I went up to, like I said, I went up to trig. I tried taking it twice, and it was something else. It was like part of the semester was trig, then the other part of the semester was something else, and I had to get out of it, and I was just like, okay, I can't.
It probably was advanced math, and like I said, I failed geometry. Went back in summer school. I only failed one semester. I went back in summer school and got an A in it because my algebra 2 teacher taught it. But my algebra 1 teacher, Mr. Gully, he's on my page too, girl. I love him on my page. They're on my page. Even my advanced, my algebra 2 teacher was on my page until she became visually impaired. But Mr. Gully was my favorite math teacher. But baby, when I had to go up in there and sign up for math, he was like, you too good for math. He would not sign me up. Oh, disgusting man. But anyway, if you know Mr. Gully.
Right.
So my weekend, let's see. What did I do this weekend? I worked. I worked. It is counting down, and I'm ready for it to count down because it's like it's about to end. So everything just annoys you a little bit. Or you just ready to go. Sunday. Sunday, I decided to not decided. I always tell you I have tribes. If you follow me, I'm always talking about my tribes. I have different tribes, like different people that do different things for me, and they collectively are me. Like you're my tribe. So I have a group. It's called Marco Polo. Shout out to them. Shout out to my Marco Polo girls. Denitra, who be in the comments, she's a part of my Marco Polo. Monet, who was on the show, she's a part of it. Tammy, Prescott's mom, is a part of it. And we have Missy. So I already knew Monet. For years. I've been knowing Monet. Sammy. Sammy, I happen to, because it's a video chat. Marco Polo is a video chat thing. So I'm out at the mall out here at Allen outlet, and I see her and I'm like, Tammy. So that's how I met Tammy. It did me and her. Then she came to a dinner with me and my girlfriends one time. Denitra, she sells food. So when I'm talking about my smoked chicken and stuff, that's where I be getting it from. And her husband, they sell food. So I met her by coming get some food from her house. So the only one I didn't know was Missy. And we got together on Sunday before I went to work. And when I tell you it did good for my soul, you know, even though we see each other all the time on the phone, it was just the gathering, the loving on one another. And I don't know if anybody may have seen my post. I was talking about how I had a complex with Black women. Like Black women just didn't love me like I needed them to love me. And that comes from some family, just all of that, just collectively, if you name it. And it was just different aspects. I would say that I've never had a Black teacher treat me some kind of way, but just throughout life, Black women just have not been a fan of me for whatever reason. I don't know. And just to be able to have, and then they're all older than me, but Missy, and older Black women take me in, and just love on me. And I mean, I have older women who do that too, but I'm just saying, just as this collective. So I love my Marco Polo girls, and we had a great lunch, even though the food wasn't that great. We made the most of it. We made the most of it. We took pictures and everything. Maybe I'll put it on the Theories and Thoughts page just to show y'all. I did a video on my TikTok, because I try to do a TikTok every week, just like I try to do my vlog every week. So I also have been binge watching shows. So the one that I am binge watching now is Family Business. I have a love affair for BET and OWN. I won't lie. I do. I go on there specifically to find a show that I'm gonna like. So
You
I just
my
watch it.
hairstylist. Like
Huh?
that's all they be watching in the hair salon. That's how I end up watching the BET Awards. After I was like, I don't watch that type of stuff. They watched that through like 4 hours under the dryer. So yeah.
I watch it. Like, I've watched 20s, I've watched Bigger, I've watched College Hill that's on now, baby. Frida is picking up bags everywhere. Love her. Like pretty much anything. I watched I finished up Kingdom Business. Is it Kingdom Business?
I
Kingdom
think
something.
I it.
Maybe it's Kingdom something, but Yolanda Adams did show her complete butt in it, and she did a great job. There's this song on there. It's called "Dear God." And in the song, she said, "God, you get on my nerves." And I was like, Lord, how many times I be like, Lord, you get on my nerves? Like, I'm tired of fighting with you. Like, why we gotta do this? But so I have a love affair there, and I go on and look at stuff on there like what's that show?
I don't know
Put
why
a
I'm married.
ring on it. Put a ring on it. Ready to Love. I even watched the one about black hair with Monica and them on it and stuff. I go on there and just find random stuff to watch. I used to watch I like the master's class. Excuse me. I love that because I like to know about people. So I am very big on excuse me, autobiographies and biographies. And when you're telling your story, I want to know. I don't care what you look like. So speaking of stuff that I love to watch, P Valley. P Valley this week was very, very, very deep. P Valley was deep this week. We had where, spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched it, close your ears real quick while we talk about it. So one thing was being abused and not being able to tell nobody about it because you know that they'll kill your abuser, and wanting to leave and then they stop you. So the character Mississippi tried to leave with her children because her dude, he's very, very abusive. He's very abusive. Like, and then, but they last week they showed a story. They developed her. They developed her character so you can know why she's the way that she is. And it talked about her backstory and stuff, which I thought was really good. A lot of people say that it's starting off slow. This is my first time watching it every episode, and I actually enjoy watching shows every episode instead of binging it like every week. That's just me. I do that, but I do that with Sisters too. Every week I watch it. Sisters and their P Valley, and there's another one that I catch every week. I like it. Anywho, so that was one part. Another part was suicide. Suicide came up again. Everybody's talking about suicide, and I think it's because it's been so prevalent in the Black community these last years. We talked about it earlier this year on how many Black men were affected by suicide. They unlifed themselves. I told you about my friend. His birthday actually just passed in June, who unlived himself in February. But it was a thing. It was like we watched him get prepared for his death. And there was like, you casket sharp, and he, just different things. Like now that you go back and listen, if you go watch it again, I know you don't really watch that show, but if you go back and watch it again, it's like, dang. Like, wow. Like when the man was cutting his hair, he cut it with fire.
Um, but it was a reason. He gave a reason for that. I'm just curious how that
Why
played
you
out.
cut his hair? No, that was just at the barbershop. And then there was this other picture of this black man, and they had devil um devil horns on them. It's like so many things throughout the show that just projected this. But the part was this. This is the part that I wanted to talk about a little bit, and then we're gonna talk about Nikki Gilbert and her on again, off again lawsuit. So here's what happened. He told dude that he was about to kill himself. He was like, I'm tired of this darkness. And he had the gun. And he was like, but he was telling him, no, I'm not getting out the car, this, that, and the third. And he still did it. And it just made me feel like, we're given tools to kind of understand when somebody is going through that or maybe feeling some type of way. But what's the tools? How do you handle when you like how do you're trying to stop them? Like he was trying to stop him and he couldn't. And I know, like if this was a real life situation, I know if it was my situation, it would kill me that I was not able to stop you for doing that. So that was it was just deep. It was deep, 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 deep. So there was a part on there besides those deep parts where there's a space tournament and it was things that looked like it was some things that looked like P Valley. It actually looked like some of the dancers on the thing, but it was a space tournament and they talked about it being a knockoff of P Valley. And Miss Nikki Gilbert got on the horn again and talked about how she said a lot of people was telling her how they were poking jabs at her.
Well, from the Instagram post that I saw of hers, it looked like she was, because she tagged the woman Katori. Is it Katori Hall? That's actually the playwright for P Valley. Now I have not watched the show, but actually, what you said, because I'm still trying to understand what you mean about the cutting hair with fire. I just didn't want to hold you up, but
I didn't know. I don't know. I know nothing about that. We're gonna have to look that up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look that up while you talk.
Well, the way she worded it then was like, the woman is picking with her. It wasn't, I'm just saying that because it wasn't so much like, oh, because I did end up seeing like a post that maybe she made like in early June or something. And she was like, not the bots, not the so-and-so, but I'm actually seeing blah, blah, blah. So I really would like to have saw the play that she's talking about. Is it didn't somebody say, because it seemed like I used to see in the comments that now that I'm thinking about it, that the play was available online or it used to be shown on some network or something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I didn't even care to look at the play.
Oh, I'm just curious because she said that like
the reason why I didn't care to look at the play is this. And yes, cutting hair with fire is a thing.
Okay.
I had to look it up. I didn't care to look at it because of here. Why you was gonna do a lawsuit, but then you decide not to do a lawsuit, sis? If it's that much, she said. I listened to an interview. I listened to this thing, a vlog, and they were saying how she decided not to do it. She decided not to go forward with it. Why? Either somebody paid you off, or you don't feel like you have enough to go after these people. She said that it was a young lady, like everything. She said that it was the whole premise of the show. A strip club about to be somebody trying to trying to buy the strip club or get them out of business so they can do a casino. If it's that to the T, I'd have went forth with my lawsuit. Now, I feel like if that's it, like if that's real, like all of that, then I would literally go after them. Like I don't care about no jabs. People jab all day. People gonna talk shit.
I don't know. I mean, like, I get what you're saying. I'm not gonna lie though. Like, just the idea of a lawsuit, I just don't want to be bothered with all that. I've had to go to court with my custody battle. I had to get my lawyer for my narcissist ex that, with the whole business thing. And that was like my biggest fear. And that's why I just went on ahead and paid him off, because my attorney at the time was like, this could continue on. He could just keep, and I didn't like the idea of that. So, but I get what you're saying. I think if, I would agree if there was enough evidence, though, if you really strongly, if you have conviction about that you're going to win this because you're in the right, then yeah, I could see that. So I get what you're saying.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to say. And here's the thing: it got to be something because they didn't sue her.
Wow.
For
saying it.
From saying defamation of character. So, what did y'all think about the P Valley episode? Do y'all think that Nikki Gilbert just talking like she be talking because she talks too damn much? She reminds me of Monique. Whether right or wrong, nobody wants to listen because you talk too damn much and you talking out of the side of your head and you talking. No.
Well, also, because earlier I know how protective you be at the podcast. I was actually getting the suicide prevention number, ma'am, because it seemed like
thank you
altered. So I wanted to share that with you guys. But where did I? Oh, so did you want to call that out or
1-800-273-8255? If you're feeling like you want to unlife yourself, if you know somebody who might want to unlife themselves, contact them. Listen. It's hard for everybody, and I'm not saying that your stuff ain't hard, right? But suicide, leaving here is not the answer. It's not the answer, and we love you because I love everybody. Fancy love you too, even though she don't like everybody. I'm playing.
Yeah, I see. I ain't saying nothing either way.
So yeah, as I said, our guest had a speaking engagement and the audio wasn't very good. The picture was clear, but the audio wasn't very well when we did a sound check earlier. So she will not be joining us. So we will keep on with a little more current topics, different things that's going on in the news. So Rhode Island Senator Ms. Mack, Tierra Mack. Yeah. Tierra Mack decided that she was going to twerk a little bit and she was going to show a video on it. And somebody was like, oh, she's twerking, this is her third. And I was like, I don't see no problem with it. But then I went back and thought about it. But I'm going to let you give your commentary first and then I'm going to go in. I'm going to talk about how I feel.
Okay. Well, I saw it, of course, as the Libra in me from two perspectives. Initially, overall, I really don't care. I admire her for her, creativity with it because I thought it was like for them to vote or if they did vote. And what I also looked at, though, is the fact that we're seeing like politicians do stuff all the time. White men just get away with stuff all the time. And nobody says a thing. But a black woman, oh, she shouldn't be doing that. She disgracing the whole. No, she's just being herself the same way those white men get to be themselves, So why is that an issue? Now, the only thing I kind of had against it is because she even made a statement like, she hoped that she's teaching other like young leaders to be comfortable in themselves and, be who they are. But I would kind of be concerned about like young girls finding it to be like the acceptable thing to do, just go places and show your ass. Now that I kind of, you know what I mean? I kind of like, okay, I don't know. If I had younger children, I might be a little, but otherwise, I don't really see a problem with it at all. I think that she is actually finding a way to relate to her constituents. And I don't really know what the demographics are like in Rhode Island. So I was a little shocked by she was even from there. If they had said she was from Georgia, I would have been like, okay, but I just, those are my thoughts on the matter. But what do you think?
We need to interview her.
Oh, you know what? I was thinking that same thing because I said I was going to follow her on Twitter. I've just been so busy, but I have definitely been like, you know what? I like her though.
We need to interview her. Now, part of me are like, they already think we trash. So sis, why you twerking? And you got this thing. But then I digress. Again, I go back to I don't care. It doesn't bother me. And then you have to understand I come from the twerk capital, New Orleans. We've been twerking since I was in middle school, honey. This is what we do. Soon as the mayor been dancing the whole damn essence. But that was second line, and that's different. She's second line, and people was like, she out here second line. They got all this going on. Listen, y'all gotta know what you have to know what each person play in this political game. I feel like this, just like I felt like New Orleans mayor. Let them people have fun. Let them show who they are. I don't have a problem with that. And she said she's not backing down. Her people love the fact that she is real. Now, she did in a bathing suit on a handstand.
So you feel like if she had on more clothes, because I'm trying to understand.
Baby.
That's why I've been trying to learn how to do a handstand. Like I really have
I'm
been.
sick of you.
I have been, but I need to build up like my leg strength. So when I saw her do that, I was like, you know what? But she's only like, she was, and y'all got to look at too. She was born in 96, like 96.
I was in high school.
What you mean?
Huh?
Oh, when she was born. Okay.
Yes, I was in high school.
Okay. But
But
I was thinking, like, what does that mean?
oh, that's the era. I was in high school. I graduated in 99. So I was what, a sophomore?
Oh, and I had time.
Geometry. Like fellow geometry. Again, I feel y'all give us y'all comments. Like, I really want to know how y'all feel. Tell us what y'all think about that. Seriously.
And I apologize, but I did not put it in the thing tonight. I just realized it.
What? I didn't put it as the TAT. Did I? I think I did.
You did. I put it somewhere else. I put it in the description. So yeah. But while you can continue talking, I'll try to get it through
tonight. How do y'all feel about her twerking? Her twerking on the internet. Is that something she should have just did behind closed doors with her friends and her family? Because in all honesty, as much as I am me, I'm not much of a drinker, but I don't drink. I don't like for people to take pictures of me drinking. Like, I don't like people to see me in that light. I don't know why. I very rarely post anything about drinking on my page, but I'm not much of a drinker though. I'm not a drinker and I don't get drunk. And I hate, can y'all stop posting y'all friends and family drunk? And y'all drunk? Like, that's not cute. But anyway, you want to read what Aaron said?
Oh, yeah, I was just getting to it. Also, where is my banner? I'm sorry. 1 second, because I'm like, I just took the time to type that out. Okay. Aaron said, I saw it, and I'm not really feeling it. There's an appropriate corporate twerk and a girls' night out twerk. Popping on a headstand, definitely not going near.
Okay. That's kind of what I said. Like, sis got on her handstand, and she was in a bathing suit. But you have to know your audience. She's not trying to get no grandmas out there to vote for her. She's trying to get some young people who like, hey, the citizens twerk, so I'm about to twerk too. Baby, listen, I go back to New Orleans, man. Baby, she was in a club. They had something about her breaking up a fight in the bathroom. And and because at first people were saying she was fighting in the bathroom, but then it came out that she was breaking it up. But she be out there with the people, and I love it. I love seeing her out there with the people. She's out there with New Orleans people because they all say she'll sell out. Well, people, people gonna talk. They be like, she bringing other businesses in here. The what's that word that people be using?
I'm thinking Jennifer.
Jennifer. She bringing other companies in here to I like the mayor. We're just talking about.
Yeah. So for those audio listeners, Dunning Lukey Smith, I'm sorry, says stop, don't about my mayor. So stop, don't play about his mayor, but I didn't know that. I always see her videos going viral about different stuff. They normally have some little stuff, but you just made me more interested in her. And Aaron said TD might cut it, but it's cute and appropriate to me.
Right, exactly. And that's what I'm saying, Aaron. I think, but then how do we, so are we still putting the senator in a box? Whenever we want her, we're like, okay, well, you could do it, but you got to do it this way. I still feel like the being a senator is very prestigious. It's very prestigious. That's just like being president. That's why Trump got on my damn nerves. Like, why you sending these ignorant ass messages out here on Twitter and you the president? Like, you look stupid.
And
And
I agree with all of that, but again, I just feel like again we see these white men. Like just a few months ago, I said I was going to look this up because I knew we were talking about this, and I forgot to look up his name. But there was like this young politician that had been like sharing what was going on, who do the coke, who hosts the parties, all this stuff.
I didn't know that.
Even talking about because there was something sexual related. This was like maybe in May, and so people really, some news outlets reported on it, but I did not see it just like being exposed the way I feel like it should have been, because he's still whatever he is currently right now, and he's calling out these people right now, who are also still presently in their positions. So I just feel like, especially as I'm doing black, African American media studies, and I look at how oftentimes there were people in these positions and we feel like, oh, they supposed to represent the whole race. And in a lot of ways, that was one of my assignment questions. It was asking, like, is it fair to them? And then at the same time, you think about when, well, these people have chosen to run for these positions. So in some ways, they kind of accepted their responsibility. But I don't think in this day and age it's realistic. And again, if the white man can do it, then I feel like everybody can,
Well, yeah. I was trying to see if I could find it real quick, but I couldn't. But yeah, and we call her T. They call her T. I like her. I like the men. That's just me. I like somebody that you can feel
you can
like,
relate to.
yes. Speaking of relate, how many football fans out there? Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to turn this other thing out.
Oh no, you're good. How many football fans out there? So the Raiders have named Sandra Douglas Morgan to be the NFL's first black president. Shout out to Sandra because that is so dope. Um, there's a lot of, and y'all know we have Juanita on, but there's a lot of women who like football. So why can't we be the president, especially black women? A lot of these Caucasian men and other people, they put their children in there, and they probably have been had a. I meant to look this up, but I'm sure there's been a white woman that was the president. It kind of reminds me of two can not two can play these games. Some on BET Plus.
Oh, I'm not gonna remember. I see Aaron said, ultimately everyone can do what pleases them and it suits you, do you? I think that was more so, pertaining to the other story.
Figure out what the games people play.
Oh.
He named his daughter, I want to say, as the president or something in a thing. So yeah. Now,
Oh, were you done with your part? I mean, I didn't know if you were about to move on to the next story. Okay, because I was just gonna say congratulations to her. And also, I think previously to this new position, she was also like on the gaming board or something. So, and she was saying that while she's often the first in these positions, she hopes not to be the last. And I thought that was a really good part, to mention. So, right. And I see also Donald said Gail Benson is owner and president of the Saints. Okay.
Right. So there's been white women. She's the first black woman. And I just wanted to point that out. And yeah, that's just like what Prescott said. He was the first, the younger black, and all these different things in different positions that he's held. And it's hard. It's hard being the first. So kudos to her. Moving on, the Shade Room reported that many people had commentary about Carrie Hilton tribute at the 2002 Black Music Honors. I thought I like Carrie. I mean, she ain't got much music, but wasn't she a songwriter? I like her song.
Yeah, she is a songwriter too, I think.
So of course, yes, she get honored. She was a songwriter. Just because people music don't pop, don't mean that they're not songwriters. I look to see Neo getting honored soon because he is an awesome songwriter and he's wrote for many different people. We have to stop looking for me. We have to stop looking at older people as, oh, we need that's the people that we need to be celebrating. No, celebrate some of these younger people too. That's not so old, but those older people haven't been celebrated either. So I guess, yeah.
Okay. Well, I would say because when you said her songs didn't pop, I don't. I've always tried to understand like what exactly happened with Carrie Hilson. I know that it was something about her making some type of comment about Beyonce. At least that's what Twitter is always talking about whenever they mention her. So I don't even think it was like a matter of her music, but more so just like people took. I guess she kind of got canceled even before earlier days of people getting canceled. But I also said it to say, not long before she was honored, they was like she was performing at a house party and people was like, but and they were kind of mean about it. But then at the same time, I was like, well, maybe she still got paid to do this, and I didn't really see what was so wrong with it. But it just seems like for whatever she said about Beyonce, people just really, just have mean stuff to say about her either way. But she is also a songwriter, and there was something else I was gonna say when you said that about being a songwriter. I don't know. Ashanti book came out today too. Her picture coloring book. She has a colored picture book. It's a children's book. So I think maybe that's one reason why songwriter is in my head. So yeah.
Could be. So our last story today, I wanted to touch on this because I'm applauding these young ladies. To be honest with you, I used to date older men all the time, and I knew damn well I didn't want to be with them for the rest of my life. Anywho, so Tyrese and his 20-something-year-old girlfriend broke up because she wasn't ready to settle down. And Tyrese acted like he was mad about it. First of all, Tyrese, you got with her right after you broke up with your ex, sir. And then you have her flaunting all over the internet. No grown woman wants to be flown over the internet unless she's using you. And that girl used you for clout. That's just me. That's how I felt.
Well, to me, Tyrese just seemed to love attention. That's just my opinion on things. So even if he wasn't really so just distraught about it or whatever, then who's to say? And but I don't know. I was thinking about what you said initially in the beginning, and I was like, you know what? Like, because I always dated older guys too. I probably would have actually settled down with one if one was ever really serious. But then I remembered that I had been engaged to someone that ended up getting like 20 years, and we were supposed to be like getting married, and then it was just like, I don't know if I could do this. But I think I was like 23 and he was maybe like 40. So I didn't think about that, beforehand with this story. But now as I'm thinking about it now in the moment, I'm like, well, you know what? Like that is kind of, but I don't see what would make, maybe it's because in other races, people get married younger or something, like, is that why they think that that's more ideal? I don't know. I'm just trying to understand, because like what would make you think that somebody that's 23 and you're 40 something would want to be married so soon?
I mean, it's like what I told you. I said he Lori Harvey her. I won't lie. I would have married a Michael Jordan, B. Jordan. I would have married him. I wouldn't have married a Tyrese. Tyrese is a loose cannon. He's a loose cannon, and he, like you say, he's always seeking attention. I think that's why they pushed him. I think they pushed him off of the Masked Singer, because it was just so coincidental. He came out with that video looking crazy, and then all of a sudden the next week he was off. Like they didn't even want that boy could have won that, but his voice is so distinct. But still, he still could have won it. How y'all feel about that? Older men and younger women. If a man had a little money, maybe I would have stayed with him. But when you're that young, you're not really. Well, sometimes you are wanting to settle down. A lot of women, let me not say that, because I was about to say you don't want to settle down. A lot of women want to settle down, but party girl, I used to go out every freaking day. Every day, because I did swing out. I went out every day. I was in the club. I don't want to be with y'all. I mean, I wasn't a party girl. Like, I never did any drugs, y'all. I was square. I was a square when it came to that, like weed and stuff. But I mean, I was out there. I got drunk a couple of times. I hate being drunk, so I never get drunk again. But I'm just saying, like, what y'all think about that? I personally feel like she's expressed she is using her get out of jail pass, if that's what you want to call it. Like, I don't want to settle down. Like he's like, he's had her at parties, they've done all this stuff, and now he's like, oh well, let's settle down and have a family. If you're not there yet, why would you go there?
You mean like if they're not that exclusive or something, why would
If
you take her
she's
to
not
places?
there, if she's not there in life,
Oh. Mm.
why go there? I appreciate her saying this ain't what I want. Just like Lori Harvey. This is
Yeah.
what I want, no matter how. And we don't know. We look at Michael B and be like, "Ooh, he is fine as hell, and he has a great personality. He love his mama." That girl might have didn't want to live with him and his mama. Like it could have been a whole bunch of things that we don't know, but she didn't want to put his ass on blast. So she
Yeah.
just said,
I agree with you. And I think it really, especially in this day and age, I think it takes kind of a lot of guts because I could just see some other 23-year-olds being like, girl, what, you know what I mean? Like, why the hell when you do that? It's so and so, like, oh, you should just do it and take his money. But, to actually, especially I think, and this is something, I had been part of this heartbreak study or whatever. And one thing I said that I was going to start doing was using my voice more, because oftentimes I feel like I may not totally agree with something, but because I like to keep the peace, I don't say anything. So I think that's what really attracted me, to that, like why I think that that's really awesome for her. So yeah.
so that's all of the current stories and things that we have today. Um, is I don't know what I was about to say. I don't know what I was about to say. What you got?
I didn't know if you wanted me to run the trailer or if you wanted to go into what you're
Yeah,
wearing.
you can go ahead and run the trail. I'm trying to find out next week's guest.
Oh.
Really want to kill, like, okay, well, why are you here with me,
Right.
like they start, we do need men, and I had a chance to just talk to her and tell her, and she was like, well, you do it all this, that, and third, and I say, I have to.
Drop the mister, just call me Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Okay, hey girl.
I don't need nothing, no, sis.
You don't need to work on that. Maybe this right here. You
No,
good.
sis,
You
because this, so, Sam, what the well, thank y'all for joining us for this episode of Theories and Thoughts Deep Dive.
My eyes started itching. I couldn't figure out who I guess for next week, so don't worry about that. Anywho, what I want to say, Deep Dive will be coming to YouTube. I don't know if you wanted to make that announcement now, but I just did.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's out there now, but if it's not, like, it's a big deal. So
Right. So here soon, if you don't have the Exposure app, you'll be able to catch it on YouTube. As for me, what am I wearing? I am wearing Sunita's Designs earrings. Um, I have the Candy Lady Nikki lipstick on. I like this lipstick. I like it, and I put a brown liner with it. I have my shirt. Erin bought me this shirt for my birthday. Well, she made it. Erin makes shirts. Applying prayer and pressure all day, every day. She said that she's seen where I put I'm pressure, applying pressure or I'm pressure. And she was like, oh, this would be great for her. And she makes shirts now. So y'all get at Erin if you're in, especially if you're in the DFW.
nice.
It is nice. And I'm a sucker for cards and stuff. So she gave me a thank you card. It says, thank you for your purchase. Well, I ain't made a purchase, but it was probably already a thing. It says, when I stepped out on faith to create this project, I pray that God would bless the works of my hand and send them those assigned to my message and my ministry. God sent me you. I hope you love your purchase so much that you will share it and tell others about it. Building and believing, Erin. So visit buildwitherin.com. Erin was a guest in May. And then isn't this cute? Like it gives you the instructions on how to take care of it. And it's very good quality. It's not no BS quality. Sometimes you get a shirt and you be like, that's some cheap stuff. I really like the quality of the shirts. And thank you again, Erin, because she was like, so I knew you was applying pressure, but I know you praying too. I'm like, yes, sis, yes. So that's that. So reach me at www.ladyceo.com. Me and Mr. White about to redo that website. I talked to him about it. IG is lady.ceo, lady spelled with the I.ceo. We can take that clubhouse off because I ain't been on there. My email is arnya@ladyceo.com. Maybe I'll go up in there and see what's on there. I get little spurts that I want to go in there. But like I said, I'll be watching TV and stuff.
Alrighty then. So, and of course, you all can check out the magazine at swagger.net. We do upload all the replays of the show there, and then of course, if you're an audio listener, you can listen on Spotify. And then you can find me as Fancy Swagger on all platforms. My link tree is Fancy Thoughts. And also, I just want to remind you all to support Rally Up magazine, for which I am the cover story for the spring summer issue. And you all can shop their shop, which is www.rallyup, which is RALLYUPMAGAZIN.com /shop. So you all can support and purchase a magazine there. And then I'm also waiting on my magazines to come in so that I can do some giveaways of some of those. And it seems like there was one other thing I wanted to let you all know. Oh, also, if you have a minute, do please check out my bulletin, because I am a bulletin writer as well. So you all can check it out. It's called The Higher South, and you can visit it at thehighersouth.bulletin.com. I ask that you subscribe so that you can get the news updates. And usually what I'm kind of noticing is that I'm more so right toward the end of the month. So I don't bother you too much during the beginning of the month. And then at the end of the month, then you begin your emails. But I feature the Black movers and shakers within the South and those who are doing positive things within the Black community. So you all can check that out.
It's dope. She got some real dope people on there. So
thank you.
Make sure y'all check her out. And I'm going to be on there one day. Did you get my questions?
Yes, I did. I just ain't had time to edit them today.
Okay. No, because I was like, let me go up in here. And I said, well, it's on the computer. Why it wasn't sent?
Yeah, because you just knew I was wrong by telling you I didn't get them. Right, I knew I had not got
I was like, sis. So, anywho, if you have any questions, any suggestions, you would like to be a guest on Theories and Thoughts podcast, you can email us at theoriesandthoughts@ladyceo.com. There's a lot of different things out here, and I'm sure that people, just different things that y'all want to see us do. So we're always open to that. So yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Bye, y'all.